Hi everyone, in this video we are going to be adding a crosshair to our canvas UI, and we're also going to be adding meds into the game so we can increase our players' health without having to eat or drink. So first off we're going to do the crosshairs. We're just going to come to our canvas UI and we're going to right click, do UI and add an image, and I'm just going to call this crosshair. And if we come up here to our image, you can see that we have just a square sprite in the middle of the screen. And if we go to our game view, we can see that it's right here in the center. So we're just going to change the source image of our crosshair to be a circle, or this knob, which is a sprite that already exists. We're going to uncheck raycast target because we're not going to be using or interacting with this UI element at all, and just going to uncheck maskable also. The next thing we're going to do is set the width and height to 16, and then after that we're just going to set our alpha channel of the color to 200 just to give it a little bit of transparency so it's not overpowering our screen. And now if we click play, we should be, here we go, we can see what we're looking at. We can look at the soda can and drink it. We can look at the pizza and eat it. And then if you're feeling extra hungry, you can interact with everything, including the plates. So the next thing we need to do then is add in our meds, and I have this 3D model which basically is medicine, and what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our scene and turn it into a prefab first, and then do the interaction for it. So we'll just drag this in. Link to this is down in the description below. We're just going to set size to 0.003 and same with the height, and I'll just move this back over here, zoom in. Okay, it's a bit too small, but not too unrealistic for the size, but we will keep it a bit bigger just so we can see it within our scene. I'll just pop that there on the floor. Perfect. So the next thing we need to do is then come into the main object of this, because you can see that it's made up of tons of different little capsules and whatnot, but we're just going to add a box collider onto the casing of this medicine, and this will allow us to interact with it. So we'll just add in the box collider, and there we can see it around the medicine. Then we're just going to add a tag. We're going to call the tag meds, and then come back to this casing, not the parent but the one where we added the box collider, and we're just going to set the tag to be meds. And now we're going to turn this into a game object and prefab variant, and then within the interact script then that we did in the last video, we will just, I'm going to change this ray length to 6 because I think 4 is a bit too small. So we'll just change it to 6 to make sure we have that extra reach. And then we are going to duplicate this line here, call this, we're going to check for meds, and then we're going to add health, and we'll just check the value, the add value to 15, and then we'll destroy the game object after. So because we don't have this add health, we'll come to our survival script. We'll duplicate this, add health, and then on here we'll just do health, and then we can add the amount that we want. And you can see here that that air is now fixed. And we're also just destroying the game object here, so it'll just disappear from our environment, so we just can't keep using it. So we'll give that a try, and we'll remove this one, and we'll use our prefab to put a few in. and we will now try interact with them. So I'm just going to check my first person player, change the health to 50 just to make sure that it is working. So if we look at our medicine and F, we can see that our health did go up, but the game object is not disappearing, and the reason for that is because we are not deleting the actual object, the parent object that has everything there. So we'll do that right now. Back in our interact script where this temp is, we're just going to do temp dot transform dot parent dot game object. So that will now delete our parent object, and we're just going to do this for all of them because they all have like this parent-child relationship. So this will be good to just make sure we're deleting it from the hierarchy completely. So we'll trial this now, and our meds should disappear correctly. There we go. So it's just the raycast is getting caught, I think. And now we're deleting it. And same with the pizza, we're now just getting rid of the whole thing, and you can see it disappearing from our hierarchy over there. And that is pretty much that for adding meds. Now there is a problem here when looking down on the first person character controller, and it's probably because it's clipping with the character controller. So if we're looking like this, let's just come over here and see what's happening. Yeah, so you can see our camera is all the way back here, and it's hitting this game object, the actual cylinder first. So we'll just have to pretty much move the camera controller forward, even though it is quite forward already. We'll just move it a little bit more forward and see if that fixes our problem. So here we are looking down. Not quite fixing our problem fully, but it's probably just a bit better than what it was. So that's the one disadvantage. Yeah, that's a bit better. So we can just look a bit further down. Here we go. Perfect. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope it helped somebody out there. So yeah, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.